Nestlé is a global giant in food and drinks, with products like Kit Kat, Nespresso and Purina found in homes everywhere. Founded in 1866 in Switzerland, Nestlé has built a reputation for trust and longevity. So when news broke on September 1st, 2025, that CEO Laurent Freixe was suddenly fired, it shocked the business world. Freixe had been with Nestlé for nearly 40 years and was CEO for just one. The company's announcement was swift and firm. Freixe was to leave immediately. This wasn't a quiet retirement, it was a clear termination. For someone so dedicated, it was a dramatic end. The event sent a message. No one, not even the CEO, is above the company's rules. The world watched, wondering what could bring down such a powerful figure. This wasn't just about one man losing his job, it was a spotlight on Nestlé's values. When a leader falls, it forces us to consider what we expect from those in charge, not just business smarts, but integrity. The story of Freixe's dismissal is a lesson in responsibility and the consequences of our choices. Even at the top, the rules apply to everyone. What did the CEO do that was so serious? Laurent Freixe was in a secret romantic relationship with a direct subordinate, someone whose career he directly influenced. The issue wasn't the relationship itself, but that he kept it hidden, violating Nestlé's code of business conduct. This code requires transparency, especially in relationships that could create a conflict of interest. By not disclosing the relationship, Freixe broke the trust placed in him as a leader. Employees might worry about favoritism or unfair treatment, damaging morale and teamwork. Leaders must ensure everyone has a fair chance based on merit, not personal connections. A secret relationship clouds judgment and introduces bias into critical decisions. That's why companies have strict rules about these situations. For Freixe, hiding the relationship was a fundamental breach of his duties. It wasn't about romance, it was about honesty and fairness. When leaders put personal interests above company rules, the consequences are severe. Nestlé's response showed that integrity matters more than any individual. The lesson transparency is non-negotiable at the top. The secret surfaced because someone spoke up using Nestlé's anonymous whistleblowing system. This act of courage showed that employees believed in the company's values and accountability. An initial internal investigation found no proof, but persistent complaints signaled the need for a deeper look. Nestlé's leadership, including Chairman Paul Bulcke, took the matter seriously and hired independent outside counsel. This ensured a fair, unbiased investigation. The independent review confirmed the CEO's undisclosed relationship and policy violation. Once the facts were clear, the company acted decisively. The process worked. An employee raised concerns, leaders listened, and independent experts uncovered the truth. The CEO's dismissal wasn't triggered by a media scandal, but by Nestlé's own systems of accountability. This case proved that even the most powerful are answerable to the rules. The company's commitment to transparency and fairness was put to the test, and passed. Whistleblowing, when supported, can drive real change. At Nestlé, it led to the top. Company rules are like traffic laws. Everyone must follow them, no matter their position. The Code of Business Conduct applies to all, from new hires to the CEO. For leaders, following the rules is even more critical. Their actions set the tone for the entire organization. When leaders break the rules, it undermines trust and damages company culture. If the CEO bends the rules, why should anyone else follow them? Leaders hold the trust of employees, the board, and shareholders. Hiding a conflict of interest breaks that trust and puts personal interests above the company. The rules aren't about punishment, they protect fairness and integrity. A leader's job is to embody these values and prove that no one is above the code. When leaders fail, the company's reputation and future are at risk. True leadership means upholding the rules, always. At the core of this story is honesty, the foundation of trust. A CEO's role is more than profits. It's about building a culture of transparency and respect. Freixe wasn't fired for the relationship, but for hiding it and breaking trust. When leaders aren't honest, employees question everything. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild and can damage a company's reputation with investors and customers. Nestle's board acted decisively to protect the company's values. By firing the CEO, they reinforced that honesty and integrity are non-negotiable. The company's long-term trust mattered more than protecting one individual. This decision sent a clear message. The rules apply to everyone. A leader who can't be honest can't be trusted to lead. Trust is the true foundation of any successful company. Nestle's CEO isn't the only leader to fall for similar reasons. Other global companies have seen top executives lose their jobs over undisclosed workplace relationships and lack of honesty. Bernard Looney, former BP CEO, resigned in 2023 for not being transparent about past relationships. Steve Easterbrook, McDonald's CEO, was fired for violating company policy and hiding multiple relationships. Both cases show that dishonesty leads to severe financial and reputational consequences. The trend is clear. Companies now demand ethical role models at the top. Leaders are held to higher standards, and hiding conflicts of interest is no longer tolerated. The fall from the top is swift and unforgiving when trust is broken. The message integrity is essential for leadership. When the CEO's misconduct was confirmed, Nestlé responded swiftly and publicly. Chairman Paul Bulcke declared the decision necessary, emphasizing the company's strong values and governance. Freixe was denied an exit package, a rare move that underscored the seriousness of his violation. This action demonstrated real accountability and reassured employees and the public. Nestlé quickly appointed Philippe Navratil, a respected insider, as the new CEO. The company signaled stability and continuity, calming investors and employees. Nestlé's response became a case study in good corporate governance. They followed procedures, acted on facts, and communicated openly. By turning crisis into an opportunity, Nestlé reaffirmed its commitment to ethics and fairness. The company's values proved stronger than any scandal. With Freixe's sudden exit, Nestlé acted fast, naming Philippe Navratil as CEO the same day. Navratil, a Nestlé veteran since 2001, brought deep company knowledge and leadership experience. Appointing an insider sent a message of stability and continuity. The company assured everyone that its strategy and direction would not change. Navratil's recent role on the executive board made the transition smooth and logical. Employees and investors were reassured by the seamless handover. Nestlé's strong succession planning paid off, keeping the company steady during crisis. The focus quickly shifted from scandal to future strategy. With a trusted leader at the helm, Nestlé continued its mission as a global food leader. The company's resilience was on full display. Leadership transitions, when well prepared, can turn crisis into opportunity. The Nestlé story is more than a headline. It's a lesson for everyone. The first lesson: honesty and transparency are essential, especially in complex situations. Hiding the truth can have devastating consequences and erode trust. Company rules exist to create fairness and respect for all. Strong organizations enforce their codes of conduct no matter who is involved. Accountability is real. No one is above the standards. Courage matters. The investigation began because someone spoke up. Whistleblowers play a vital role in upholding company values. True leadership is measured by character, not title. Leaders must lead by example, follow the rules, and take responsibility. When leaders fail, trust is lost and the whole company suffers. The ultimate lesson in work and life: integrity is everything.